Alright guys, so this past week I had the opportunity to shoot the Sigma 105 prime lens f1.4 with an L mount, so I could use it with my Leica SL. Now, one thing you're going to notice off the bat is the sheer size of this lens. I mean, I don't know how to compare it besides, like, you know, putting it up to my head here. But as you can see, this is a massive lens. While I was shooting, I actually took off the tripod foot here because I don't really ever use them. But even this piece alone is pretty big. I mean, look at look at the size of that glass. This thing is huge. I mean, geez, this thing is it's massive. But the nice thing about it on the SL is that since the SL itself is a little heavy as well, I would say pretty much, you know, counterbalances pretty well. I wasn't using a strap on my shoot either, so that's, you know, if you've seen my other videos, you know that I'm not a big strap person. But I feel comfortable and, you know, confident enough to hold this in one hand that I'm not gonna like drop it or anything. Honestly, you know, it does look really big, but at the same time, I think it balances really well with this SL. So a couple things about the actual lens. Starting price is around, I believe, $1,600, somewhere around there. And the lens itself, now it does have a switch on the side of it. Unlike the Leica lenses that are usually very clean, it has an automatic focus to manual focus switch on the side. This is now part of Sigma's L mount alliance lenses. They've come out with a plethora of different lenses, which I want to use in the future as well, just because they are more cost effective than the Leica lenses. And it's actually getting pretty difficult to get some of the Leica lenses themselves. So this is going to be an alternative than to, you know, purchasing any of the Leica lenses. You know, the 105mm focal length is a little bit different than most people. You know, for portraiture, especially like what I shoot mainly, you'll see people using the 85-1.4, or you know, I've used my Leica Summicron 75 f2 before. But there's something about this 105, and you can see within these images, just the bokeh itself on this thing is absolutely beautiful. I really enjoyed the images we were able to produce with the lens. So I'm really happy about that. Now, the Sigma 105 is made up of 3 FLD elements and 2 SLD elements. If you don't know what those stand for, the FLD stands for basically low dispersion. SLD is special low dispersion. I don't want to get too into what exactly those terms mean or what that means as far as the quality of the lens. I can do a separate video for that. Just, you know, leave a little message down in the comments below if you would like to know a little bit more about those and how it affects your lenses. The actual lens itself also comes with a super multi-layer coating. And basically what that does, it enhances the image quality by suppressing the lens flare and the ghosting for improved contrast and color fidelity in a strong light condition. So basically, you know, during this shoot that I was able to use the 105 on, I was shooting direct sunlight pretty much the whole time. So having that coating on the lens really helped out with avoiding any sort of sun flares or ghosting in any of my images, as you can see. The lens itself is also weather sealed, just like the Leica Elements, which for me, as you know, is a huge deal because whether I'm shooting, you know, on the beach or whether I'm shooting out on the boat, I have a lot of shoots near water and there's always ocean spray coming onto my lenses. So the fact that it's weather sealed and dust sealed from sand is a huge benefit. The actual lens itself also comes with a rounded 9-blade diaphragm, which contributes to a really nice, pleasing bokeh effect, which you can see in some of these images. I mean, the fall off is absolutely beautiful. And like I said, it was a treat shooting with this lens. I'm super impressed with the results. Another feature about this lens is that it supports a hypersonic focusing motor. So it's extremely fast autofocusing and extremely quiet, which is awesome because, you know, one thing I always hated in the past is you have these lenses that, you know, you hear the actual lens focusing. That's always been an issue with me back when I was shooting with Nikon. But, you know, with this Sigma lens, it's almost silent, which is awesome. But the actual lens mount is actually constructed from brass for ensured accuracy and durability. It also has the rubber coating for the weather sealing, as I stated before. Another great feature about this lens, it was designed to resolve high resolution rendering. So, you know, for all these cameras that are coming out with 40, 50, and even 100 megapixel cameras, this lens is built to resolve those resolutions. I love my 24 megapixel my SL sensor, so I don't have any sort of issues with that. But I know for some, like the SL2 owners, they have the 47 megapixels, so that's something to think about. But, you know, the Sigma was smart in the sense of designing this lens for the future. So you should be completely fine with those 47 megapixels and using this lens. And even, I believe it's like the phase 1, or I forget which camera it is, but the 100 megapixel camera, you know, you can still use this and get great results as well. Now, I know some of the more diehard Leica fans, they're gonna scoff a little bit about using Sigma lenses. I've already spoken to a couple of buddies of mine, and they've told me they don't like the build or the actual quality of the lens. They hadn't used this one particularly. They have used some other Sigma lenses and they weren't happy with them. It's not the same build as a Leica. Nothing's going to compare to a Leica build lens. But, you know, for the price of this lens and the performance that it's capable of, you know, the build quality, it seems sturdy enough. I really didn't have any issues with it. Don't think that you should either. I think my biggest drawback would just be the sheer size of the filter. So it is a 150. I'm sorry, not 150, 105 size diameter for the filter, which is kind of an odd size. So other than that though, you know, I wasn't able to really try any video with this lens. I mean, the SL doesn't have any in-body stabilization and this lens doesn't come with any stabilization. So I don't know if I'd really use this for video purposes, but for stills, man, I am really thinking about purchasing this lens for myself. Honestly, during the shoot, I found myself using this a lot more than I did my 75 SL Summicron lens, and you know, I've been really thinking about selling that lens and jumping into this. It's just, it's beautiful, it really is. So if you do get the chance to rent this lens or purchase it, let me know what you think when you use it, because like I said, I don't really have any complaints, and as you can see from the images, I think they came out great. The quality is awesome. I really didn't have any chromatic aberrations while using this lens, which I thought I would be, because I'm used to Leica, and Leica's lenses are, you know, top of the line, and I never have had any issues with that. My Nikon old lenses, I always had to use that little lens correction menu in Lightroom to fix the chromatic aberrations. But so far with this lens, I haven't really found any of my images having that issue. So definitely check it out if you get the chance to. Hopefully we'll be doing some more videos including Sigma lenses, and I plan on doing some with the Panasonic lenses as well. So stay tuned for those. If there's anything specific to Leica gear that, you know, you've been trying to look for information on and haven't really been able to find anything, you know, leave a comment down below and let me know what you're trying to figure out. One of my backdrops just fell over. That was awesome. But anyways, you know, you're new here, you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It'd be greatly appreciated. And if you like what you saw, go ahead and check out some of my other videos and think about subscribing. And I will see you guys on the next one. Cheers.